chance for one of our champion club sides to finally do the unthinkable and defeat one of the subscriber sides before they finally start clashing into the first match of round 6. We have the Guardians of the Crib up against the Corn Flakers, but today it is last chance saloon here as Clermont will be travelling away to face the Celtic Dragons. Hello everyone and welcome on to Cornflakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the final match of round 5 in the Global Rugby Challenge, a subscriber series where you guys take the field against the world elite and try and make your mark in world dominance at this club level. The Celtic Dragons are in action here today against Clermont, who are pretty on form at the moment and could be a dangerous prospect to the new team in the league. This is the last chance, of course, like I said before, they finally start to clash. So the Guardians are up against the Flakers. That'll be the first match of round number 6. So if anyone's going to make an impact here, it's a chance for Clermont. Let's have a look at the starting lineup here for the Celtic Dragons. The front row will consist of Sam Nicol, Arthur Brousseau and David O'Callaghan on the tidy side of the front row. Ethan Nicol will get a new partner in the second row with Frederick Loeb, the outstanding flanker in number 8, moving into the second row to make room for rotation in that back row. Speaking of that rotation, Cody Nicol gets a start on the blind side with Captain Judy De Rossi starting on the open side and Nigel Jonesy coming into the side at number 8. New look in the halves as well, with Adam Conway starting the scrum half and Shane O'Sullivan lining up at 10. Into the midfield, and there's another new partnership. Steve Tekogs remains at inside centre, with Tom Charles moving to outside in the number 13 jumper. Left wing side sees Samuel Torrance in the 11, and Randy Mbengo swaps sides to the right in 14. 15 will be situated by Richard Mokwa, who makes a move from further up the back line into the number 15 jumper to hold things tight at the back for the Dragons. Up against them will be Clermont. Now the champion French side will be looking to be the one that can do the deed. Their form, you've got to say, poor 2 rounds ago, but extremely good last time we've seen these guys. Of course, 1 win, 3 losses from their matches so far, and they sit down in 8th position. But their last outing was a 24-21 loss to the Corn Flakers. Before that, they went down in a heap to the Guardians, 34-7. But it's that last match, and you look at the side and say they could really be a threat. And when you look at what the Celtic Dragons did last time they were out, they only beat Munster by 14 points, 28-14 in their last outing for round number 4. The team for Clermont is unchanged, and we've seen plenty of guys on this side that can tear a game to shreds. Lamourette and Pinot have been outstanding for Clermont so far in the competition, and their back 3 are no slouches either. A forward pack that has plenty of international experience and are bullies as well. If the Dragons let them get one up there, it could be a long night for the home team. So we are all set to go here. Clermont, of course, in the yellow and blue. It will be the Celtic Dragons in, well, the 2 shades of green and white shorts as we look to get this one underway. Final game of round 5 in the Global Rugby Challenge. And the Celtic Dragons have the first use of the football. And Frederick Loeb sets it up for the first breakdown of the match. It goes to the left side where O'Sullivan is standing 2 out. And he hacks this so brilliantly. It looked like it was going to be a shocker that was going to drift into touch on the full, but he beautifully judged it, and it slithered between fullback and touchline. 1 bounce and out. That is a great start there for the home side. Here come Clermont now, looking to use their back line, and it is Lamourette who smashes this one away back down towards the 22, and Mokwa has a no play there, and it's a great steal. It's back to Clermont, but O'Callaghan steals it straight back again. Topsy-turvy, left and right, neither side willing to commit at the moment. Steve Tekogs has his ball now, and he hacks it away with the wind and gets an opposite result to what we've seen just before from O'Sullivan. A Benton in his back there, and it's a kicking duel. Who saw this coming to start the match off? Richard Mock was back there, and again, he cracks one away. Down this side on the right hand, and then it's a great kick from Richard Mokwa. Puts it on a thread, and beautifully places it over the head of Nick Benton, coming in from that last kick, and lets it run away from him into touch. 22 now for Clermont. Line out. Meter inside. They take it in the back and they look to run this nicely as well. They get it. Charlie does it outstandingly before finding closer on the cutback. Now it should be going wide. Here comes Clermont, dangerous as well. Lamrat and Pinot combining out to Streetle. Finds ball back inside for Lamrat. He's in the midfield and he's on halfway. He has options left and right and chooses to kick over the head of Mbingo. And Mbingo's pass, it's terrible! Clermont pick it up! It's a great steal from the visiting side. Here's a chance if we've ever seen one. They are a metre short now, Clermont. Pick and go, Tamani, open up space and try. I think Zurakashvili has scored it. The tight end prop will wait for confirmation on that one, but Clermont lead 5-0. No, it is not Zurakashvili. It is the open side flanker. Kankere has put it down spectacularly. Here's the ball, there it was too. Easy, simple stuff. And Kankere has got it over. How close did they go there? The front row is doing exceptionally well, but there was the pass from Tamani. And a great finish from the back rower. Morgan Parra could make it 7, and a great start for the visiting side as they put pressure on the Celtic Dragons. Conversion is over. Nice easy 1-2 for Parra to start as a count. It's 7-0 Clermont over the Dragons. Not the start the home fans are looking for. We have seen the side. They are a team that can finish very, very strongly. That is the Celtic Dragons. So look for them to get better as this match wears on. As up goes O'Sullivan again. 7-0 Clermont lead, and well taken too from Pinot. It's there the touchline, and Torrance, well, he's taken it over the line. But you gotta love that artwork. I think Samuel Torrance needs to celebrate that for try. Here is the line out, Kaiser for Clermont. Going to the front, stolen brilliantly as well from Ethan Nicol. Here comes O'Sullivan, great offload to De Rossi. Keeps it alive, tries to step on the outside. Can't get away. Torrance as well, Cody Nicol. The way to Steve Tecogs, splits them in half. Tecogs on spine, it's a chase for Mbingo. They might not need it. Oh, they've both missed it. Unbelievable scenes here. Both players have dived. Oh, and missed the ball, and now a high shot from Streetle has taken Mokwa clean off his feet. Tecogs put in a cheeky grubber wide for Randy Mbingo. Should be 7-7. Both players diving on the ball, but somehow Clermont managed to pick it up first and put it downfield. Unbelievable turn of events there in the end, though. Let's catch up with the play. It is Shane O'Sullivan who is lining up the first points of the match for the Celtic Dragons through a penalty. And they take points on offer. High tackle from Streetle. 7-3 is our scoreline. Wow. I still am perplexed how the Dragons did not score that try after that clever little chip through from Tecogs. Harshly done. Why Brusso's knocked that on as well, and a mistake straight off the kickoff from the hooker. For Brusso, it's been a consistent figure in the side as well, and he tried to force it backwards.
Bind.
It was not given the time of day by the defence.
Set.
Scrum backs down, Morgan Parra feeds for Clermont, who lead by 4. They'll want to make it a couple more before half time, but no! The Dragons, big hit on the scrum, and they might turn this over, they do! Nigel Jonesy goes himself, terrible ball to Torrance, back to De Rossi. De Rossi's in backfield, he's not the quickest man, he's got support from Nicol. Nicol goes back to Brusso, Brusso's all alone, Tom Charles gets a lot to Callahan, doesn't Callahan never know? He goes back to Ethan Nicol, and Ethan Nicol will score! The Dragons are in! What interplay! What connectivity! What to play by the team of the Celtic Dragons. They lead for the first time. This was spectacular support play by the home team. No one quite had the legs to get there. People were getting mowed down on all places, but it ended up being second rower on second rower, and nothing Atura could do to stop Ethan Nicol. Great work all around. You saw there Tom Charles thought he might have got away, but he was caught up to by Pinot. It was man on man too, number on number. You saw 13 tackle 13, 7 tackles 7. It was all on for young and old. Great try by the Dragons, and they just did not let it die, and they kept finding space. And the irony of it is, at 7-3, Clermont had the scrum feed. They were looking to pile on some misery to the Dragons. It's come the other way. Now the Dragons have put out a 3-point lead thanks to that penalty from O'Sullivan just 10 minutes ago. Morgan Parra back to halfway. He comes. 34 and a bit minutes gone. And Zol Pruso again has knocked it on. He's having a shocker. Absolute shocker in the middle of the front row. Again, a little short pass coming in from Cody Nickel.
Crouch.
And he's just spilt it all over the floor, looking to go into the ruck.
Set.
Nickel offloaded spectacularly. This is exactly what we had before, where the Celtic Dragons, they've done it again. They have done it again ridiculously well. They'll turn over the scrum. Jonesy has another stab. This time it goes to Torrance. That one, no one's home. And it all breaks down. No instant replay there for the home side. It's another good run there from Clermont. Gets them towards the 22. Here's Lamorat. Oh, Lamorat driven backwards. Big tackle. He gets dumped back where he come from. Clermont's looking through Streetle to put themselves in a good position heading into the second half. The halftime buzzer has gone. It's wide they come now. And an opportunity to get some points. Great fan on Pinot. And Pinot is gone all the way. Pinot will score. And the home crowd is silenced. There was nothing on. He was outnumbered defensively. And he's put on a feed. He's put on a little step and a dummy. And Pinot has scored a great try. One of the best in GRC this season. There was the fend away. Oh, nothing at all Conway could do. Mockwa committed hard, and he sold him pretty easily with a step off the right foot. And here is a great chance for Clermont heading into the second half. They could do this one. What a dummy. Conway coming in. But all he could do was force Pinot towards or away from the sticks. And this is a great match here. These games just seem to get tighter and tighter each and every week. It's been a while now since we've really seen a thrashing. Here is Parra to extend that lead out to 4 points, which he does. It's 14-10. This game is far from over, folks. Do not leave your seats. It is halftime. Grab a refreshment, squeeze an orange. We'll be right back with some halftime stats and comments before we get into the second 40. So 14-10 is the score. A tight match. A really, really close game. But Clermont lead the way at the moment by 4, but they'll be looking now to get 2 more in the second half. They can look at bonus points and victories as well, which will be a real stab to the heart of the subscriber side here, the Celtic Dragons. Territory though, massive, 69-31. Amazing, despite the fact that both sides have kicked a lot in that second half. We've got 8 kicks to 9, so a lot of kicks, 17 by the two sides combined, pretty much kick for kick as well by the two sides. Penalties conceded, that cost them the 3, which could become a decisive point difference at full time as well. But the only other thing that's really surprised me is the scrums. How the Celtic Dragons have demolished every set piece that Clermont have had to feed to. So that's going to be key going into the second half. They can afford to knock the ball on and still attack the Clermont scrum. That is an advantage that the Dragons will look to use. They trail by 4 though, as Clermont look to become the first team to defeat a subscriber side in Season 2 of GRC. Shane O'Sullivan and his boys will have a bit to say about that, I would imagine, as this game wears on. He's got the ball on halfway. Referee quickly calls time on, and away we go. Deep kick from O'Sullivan, and Cody Nickel is chasing hard. He's lost out there from a great take by Tamani.
Release.
And now here is Lee. Oh, Lamorat has got a great ball away to Pinot once more. These two have been so destructive. The stamping from Pinot. But that second line has just saved the bacon of the Celtic Dragons. They quickly come wide. Streetle, fending away once more. This could be another try here for Clermont. No, great save from Tones. And a turnover from Mockwa as well. So Sullivan The south side is 22. Needed more room, needed more space, but they're going to lose the ball. It's Clermont back again. Left side, Pinot, inside ball. There's a big gap, and straight through. This time it's Surakatsvili. He's in for the try. Too much speed, too much power, too much space. It's the real thing by the big man. Well, well, well. Where do the Celtic Dragons look here? It's a great pass from Pinot. Watch the defensive line, how it got fractured in the middle there. The dummy once again, so poor old Conway, who has been absolutely smashed defensively in this game. He was the one to cover. He was way off track to pull that. And there he is. No, he was not interested at all. And in goes Surakatsvili. Outstanding try by the Clermont prop. A lot to do now for the Dragons, that's for sure. They need to score for the next couple of minutes if they're going to realistically stay in this game. Clermont now have 3 converted tries. 21-10 is the score. This one could be the one we've all been waiting for. The record on the line for the subscriber sides as they look to keep it intact, not losing to any of the other champion clubs we've got in the competition so far. And up goes Randy and bingo. O'Callaghan, Jonesy looking to light things up. Conway, he's been absolutely done here. Bruto does very, very well. Oh, Frederick Loeb, he's going to go on the corner, and Loeb will score. The Dragons are back. That's how quickly they can cut you to ribbons. One good play, one good pass, and they are in for the try. Loeb moving to the second row. No worries, no problem. He gets the job done. Conway, credit to him, but how about this for Bruto? He did superbly to cut back, straighten up, and then fire a perfectly executed pass straight across to Frederick Loeb. Well, it's hard to say whether Conway's having a good game or a bad game. But look at these numbers, were sitting all right there. Tecogs was right there as well, as was the winger out there on that side. There'll be Samuel Torrance. They're all waiting, and they're unrequired. Great work from Loeb. He puts them back within a chance of winning this game. These kicks are important. 50 gone. Bit of a breeze here against Shane O'Sullivan. What can he manage here? 21-15, the lead is 6. Starts it off straight. It's holding. Surprisingly in the wind it holds. And Shane O'Sullivan celebrates another couple. It's 21-17. The Dragons are back within 4. 53 gone. It's only been 10 minutes since Clermont leads by 11. And a deep kick this time from Para. It's weighted at the back. Torrance, they look forward. Brusso's picked up another pass. He's ready for them now. And they set it up. Back it goes to O'Sullivan. And he kicks this one away. Into the breeze. Should be no problem here for Abendinen to claim. He's kicked it back, and Mokwa is across. Mokwa looking for Randy and Bingo! Randy and Bingo, Sue! Support to his left side. It's Shane O'Sullivan popping it back. Now he goes to Loeb. Away to Charles. And inside for the try will be Tom Charles. What a counter-attack try from the Celtic Dragons. That is what they do. Randy and Bingo from the back with Richard Mokwa. Put that one in the record books. 22-21. Kick to come. Tom Charles celebrates the try. I thought he was going to pop it back on the inside. He had plenty of support there, and the defence was shifting to the opposite direction. But he kept it open, he kept it express and free. And that ultimately gave the chance to Charles. He saw there was a man, I think it looked like Loeb. Loeb or Nickel were on his shoulder. They were cutting the other way. And they kept the defence honest as well. Great try for Tom Charles. He lights this game back up. The lead is 1. He could make it 3. Back to that point of difference we talked about at the start, which is that penalty goal. Shane O'Sullivan having a very, very good night. He was involved in that break that led to the try. And he's got another 2 points. The difference is now back to 3. And a try is required for Clermont to take back the lead. 24-21. Where have I seen this before? That's right. Last time that Clermont were on the field against the Flakers, this exact scoreline was the difference. We still have 19 to go here as Parra kicks off. That's a huge kick pass as well. Now the kick, I should say, as O'Sullivan chases hard on the Tikog's kick. And Abendanen's back there waiting for it. He gets a nice ball away, and it's the first time we've said Nakatasi's name, but he's done nothing. Now, what does that tell you, folks? We have not said Nakatasi's name all game long. He took one tackle, passed a hospital ball that ultimately created the player going into touch. Terrible game for him, as that's a great steal from Atura. Not in the line out, but he definitely got up for it. Here is Nakatasi. How he gets away from Conway, but really, who hasn't tonight? Clermont looking to go 80. Now they go. Lamorat. Way to Pinot. Back inside. They look for Atura. He's all alone there. Could be trouble, but a good tackle from Loeb. Squashes him to the turf. Parra. Very compact defence at the moment here by the Celtic Dragons. This is good work from Clermont as Parra does take it back into contact. Sits there for Clermont once more. That's a nothing play for them as well. They might lose this. They're in danger. But no, they hang on just. Nakatasi. They look wide. And it's a good wide too for Lamorat. Oh, that offload was very close to coming for Streetel. And that could have been game on out in that right-hand wing. Keeping it tight. Sholey. Good tackle from the side. And this is all Clermont now as they've made just a couple of metres lead. Gets the pass away. They're looking for Lamorat and Pinot once more. They've got it straight out to Streetel. Streetel beats one. And Streetel just about hands on. Game-winning moment right there. Could have been for Streetel. We have 6 minutes to go, folks. This one is going right to the wire. Throwing in from Brousseau. Lowe pulls it down. Way it goes to Steve Ticox. He hits the line hard. Oh, and he hits the defender hard too. Support quickly comes. Conway, O'Sullivan. Here's Tom Charles. Big pass. Looking for Randy Mbingo. Gets it on the bounce and Mbingo. Looks to chip over the top. He's wiped out. That didn't look legal. But Nakatasi's there. Advantage for a forward pass. Oh, that's a game changer. At this stage, that could be all over. Debatable call. We'll have another look. Oh, yes, that was. Which one was it? The Nakatasi one definitely looked forward.
Bind.
77 gone. 24-21. Anything changing from the scoreline with this margin would not be fair, but here is the scrum that is dominated. And here is Jonesy. Oh! Jonesy almost put in a miracle ball to Adam Conway that could have changed the fortunes of his game. He's been relatively smashed in this match too by Clermont, but that would have been the difference maker. Here is Kaiser. Last chance saloon now for Clermont. They look to drive at the back as they pull it in nicely. And in their own goal now. They've got a long way to go. And bizarrely, Lamorat has kicked us at the touch. Full time. Dragons were sweating. They didn't need to because Clermont, I don't know why, they are content with a bonus point, a losing bonus point. The Celtic Dragons, well, they take the win. Bonus points, they don't really care. Clermont, what are you doing? Lamorat has been destructive. I was worried. When I see 12 and 13 on the ball, I am concerned because of what Lamorat and Pinot have done in this match. They are definitely a cut above the rest of this team. 24-21. For the second consecutive match. Bit different to the last one though. This one was, well, it was at the scoreline at about the 54th or 56th minute. So we sat there for a long time. Neither side really pulled away late. It was just a consolidation, defences doing the job for both sides. 24 to the Dragons, 21 to Clermont. Right, try scorers. One for Nickel, Loeb and Charles. Picking up 3 for the Celtic Dragons. O'Sullivan, 4 out of 4 from the T, 3 conversions and a penalty goal. That penalty goal was the difference. 12-3 it was 7-0. Where am I going with that? 7-0 it was at the time when O'Sullivan got the call from Captain De Rossi to say, go for the sticks. That was the real option there, and that has come true to being the difference between these two sides. As for Clermont, Zurakrashvili, a fantastic try. Kankure had scored the other. And Pinot, fantastic finishing from him. Him and Lamorat, we talked about them at the start. We know they're in danger, but there's nothing you can do They are just that good at breaking the line and creating chances outside. Morgan Parra, 3 out of 3 from the tee as well. Stats. Turnaround from halftime, 56 and 45 going to the Dragons. So they just nudged possession, but still lost out on territory despite the amount of kicking that was done in this game. Look at it there at the bottom. 15 from the Dragons, 14 by Clermont. 8 line breaks from the Dragons, 5 by Clermont. Both sides definitely have the chance to do something special there with all those opportunities given to them as well. But it is the Dragons who keep it alive. They've done it by a whisker. Boy, oh boy. The subsides have been pushed to within mere points of losing this record. Next match will be the Guardians of the Crib up against the Cornflakers. Someone's got to lose there, and that'll be the opening game of round 6. We've got Team of the Week coming next. So of course, let me know who you thought were the standouts from today's game. The Celtic Dragons 24, Clermont 21. So there we go, folks. That is it right there. Look at that first glorious match of round number 6. Cannot wait for that one. But look at the table. Wow, she's tight. I mean, the last match, let's have a look at the last match of that round. It was the Crusaders 34, Munster 15. Surprising result. Munster played very, very well the previous couple of rounds. They're going down not much to the subscriber sides. We also have had the Scarlets over the Exeter Chiefs 26-10 in our first game of round number 6. Onto the table. What do we got here? Guardians 24, Dragons 23, Flakers 22, and the All Flakes 21. Bonus points 4-3-2-1. I mean, that's crazy how that has ended up. And points as well. Guardians 109, Dragons 84, Flakers 73, and All Flakes just 64. But all of them are really within a chance now when these clashes start to arise. This is when the real winners come out of the wash. So these next few rounds, pretty much the end of the competition, we do. Each round from now till the end of the round robin, there will be one clash between two subscriber sides. Meaning there'll only be 3 games per round as well, which will accelerate through the rest of the competition. But this is it. This is where stuff gets really interesting. The other sides in the tournament, we got the Crusaders. Another win for them puts them on 16. There's still a win away from the All Flakes, so still a little bit of a threat. Wasps are down there on 10. Toulon, Clermont. I mean, God, Clermont, they should, and they could be 2 wins versus a subscriber side. Second, the Flakers and the Dragons now. You put 8 points on that. They're on 18, and that changes the competition quite drastically if you take 5 or 4, I should say, away from the Flakers and the Dragons. It is quite tense there. You'd have a very, very different looking leaderboard. But as it is, they have held out. But there's still chances, though. Do not worry. We will still have 2 AI versus subscriber side matches per round, of course, as we go through the rest of the competition. The Scarlets down there in 9th. Munster, Lions, and Exeter Chiefs round out. They are the only team without a victory, and they're one of only 2 sides to have played 6 matches as well. Scarlets getting their first win against the Exeter Chiefs. So we'll see more of these AI sides facing each other now, and we'll see there'll probably be a lot more points in it for those front runners like the Crusaders and Wasps as we go through the rest of the competition. Toulon definitely in for a shout there as well. But that is pretty much us for this round. Round 5 now complete, and you had to look forward to round 6 kicking off with the Guardians versus the Flakers. I cannot wait for that one, and I hope to see you all there for it as well. Remember, Team of the Week coming next episode of this series. Let me know who you think have been your standouts for the Celtic Dragons here today. I mean, some players had shockers. Adam Conway, I'm looking at you. You could have made a big difference in a couple of things. Just didn't fall the way of poor old Conway, who eventually had a bit of a mare. But overall, it was a bit of a up and down performance by the Dragons. So let me know your thoughts on who you thought was the standout for the home team tonight. But until next time, thanks for tuning and watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. Back again, and I'll see you all again very soon for Team of the Week. Until then, thanks for watching, and take care.